Hey girl, welcome back to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsey and today I'm giving you a tool that's about to become your secret weapon against every single disordered thought that tries to hijack your day. If you're tired of being held hostage by these thoughts that go crazy in your mind, like when can I eat next, or when can I work this off, or if I eat like that, I'll look like her, then sis, this episode is about to change your life. Today I'm teaching you my signature triple threat tool, and I cannot wait. Let's dive into today's show. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsey, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you. Because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess, trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it. So you can start living your best life as your best self. Let me guess what happens when an eating disorder thought pops up. Maybe you're standing in front of the mirror and thinking, I just look so disgusting today. Or maybe you're about to eat lunch and think, I should just wait until dinner. So what do? You either believe it completely and you follow through with that action, or you try to push it away and pretend like you don't hear that thought. But here's the problem, sis. You can't fight what you don't acknowledge, and you can't change what you do not challenge. So when you ignore these thoughts, they don't disappear. They get louder. Actually, science has proof around that concept. Sis, when you believe these thoughts without question, they become your true reality. But when you use what I call the triple threat tool, you become the boss of your own mind. I cannot wait to bring this into your ear today. You are going to love this tool. I think of it as like this empowering approach to choose what thoughts you want to have. So this tool is called the triple threat because it literally threatens every single thing that your eating disorder has been using to control you. It threatens the lies, it threatens the spiral, and it threatens the power that this voice has had over your choices for so long. In fact, too long. And so when you can start changing the narrative in between your own ears, this is where you can change the choices that you're making. So let me walk you through each step. There is a 3-step process of the triple threat tool. Obviously, 3 steps, triple threat being the name. But I'm going to use some real life examples from my own recovery and from some of my clients' journeys so that you can start practicing this in your real life. Okay, I want you to take this framework and I want you to go use it this week. How I came up with the triple threat name, it was really because I thought back of when I was in high school and I had me and my 2 best friends in high school. And if you had one of us hanging out, right, it was fine. And if you had 2 of us, like we got along really well. But 3 of us, everything was in alignment. You had like the bossy friend. Hello, I won't wave my arm up in the air. You had the friend that was going to tell you like it is. You had the friend that was gentle and compassionate. And so all of this in alignment is what you need. Okay. You can't take one of these steps and practice it by itself. The purpose of the triple threat tool is to use these in alignment, unified together, okay, and step by step process so you can combat the thoughts that are in your mind. So let's start with step 1. The first step is getting crystal clear about who is actually speaking in your mind right now. And this is why step 1 is name it. I want you to name it. Who's really talking? Is this your authentic voice or is this your eating disorder voice? Here's the thing that I want you to understand. Your thoughts aren't actually your thoughts right now. They're learned responses from years of diet culture, from years of wellness obsessions, and false beliefs about food and bodies. And in my recovery, I actually gave my eating disorder a name, and her name was Gina. And if your name is Gina, please do not take offense to this. But I named her Gina because it was the name that my parents didn't name me. It was between Lindsey Marie or Gina Marie. And so Gina is like my alter ego, which is the eating disorder voice that I decided on. Because Gina was always demanding perfection from me and telling me that I wasn't good enough. But Lindsey was confident. Lindsey was empowered. Lindsey already knew she was more than enough. Some of my clients come up with other names as well. But when you name the voice, you separate it from who you are and who you're not. So when the thought, I shouldn't eat this cookie right now, pops up, instead of just accepting it, you pause and you say, oh, that's restriction Rachel just trying at me again and talking into my ear, but that's not me. Let's practice with common thoughts. Okay, so here's a food thought. I need to work this off at the gym later, or I'm not going to be able to go out with my friend today, or I'm going to have to sit there and just sip on a tea, can't even have any cream in it. I want you to name it. That's first step. Name it. Okay, there comes control freak Carla again, trying to make me earn my food. That is not my authentic voice. Let's think about it in terms of bad body image. So I look huge in this outfit today. Step one, I want you to name it. Betty's trying to make me feel bad about my body, but that's not how I really see myself. I know that's not how I really see myself. Could it be that Betty sees something a little bit differently than what is actually true? Sis, the moment that you name it, you've already taken the first step towards freedom. Now we get into the second step, okay? First step of the triple threat is name it. Second step is tame it. This is where you get your power back. So once you've identified that it's your eating disorder voice that is talking, in my case, Gina, now it's time to tame that voice like you're taming a wild animal that's been running your life. This is where you claim all of your power back. This is where you can stand up and say, I see you and I hear you, but you don't get to drive this bus anymore. This is where I want to be truly real with you. You're allowed to have the thought. There's so many people out there in the eating disorder industry right now and in the space that are trying to help people, and they're trying to say you're not allowed to have a thought. That when you are recovered, you won't have a thought about your body again. Sis, there's no judgment in having a thought pop up that is unhealthy or that comes from a place of an eating disordered thought. These thoughts come from years of conditioning. Of course, they're going to show up sometimes. But just because you have the thought, that doesn't mean you have to believe it, and it sure doesn't mean you have to act on it. So this is where taming it comes in to play. And it might sound something like this. Thanks for sharing restriction, Rachel, but I'm not taking orders from you today. Or I hear you, but I'm the one that's making the decisions about my body. Nice try, but your opinion is not needed here. Or my favorite, so what? Who cares? You're not in control of me anymore. In my own recovery, I had to get really firm with Gina. When she'd tell me that I should skip my afternoon snack, or she'd tell me that I should go for that run when I told my treatment team I wasn't going to, I had to say it out loud. Gina, you are fired. You have been demoted. I'm in charge of my nourishment now. I'm in charge of my plan now. The key here, sis, is acknowledging the thought without giving it any power. You're not ignoring it. You're not fighting it. You're just refusing to let it be the boss of you. And in that comes this hype girl empowering energy. And this is where step 3 comes in perfect harmony. This is where you frame a new thought that aligns with your recovery and your authentic self, your real self. In the third step, you frame it and you create your new truth. So step 1, name it. Step 2, tame it. And step 3 is you frame it. You're not just getting rid of that eating disorder thought. We don't want to just push it down. You're actively replacing it and creating a new thought that serves your future self and your healing. This isn't just about positive affirmations that feel fake to you. This is about creating thoughts that feel true and move you toward recovery truth. I'm going to put this to play into action with the example that we originally had with I shouldn't eat the cookie, or I already had lunch. Name it. That's just restriction, Rachel. Tame it. Thanks, Rachel, but you're not in charge of my nourishment anymore. Frame it. My body needs consistent fuel throughout the day. And this cookie is part of that fuel. This cookie is part of my recovery. Let's use the example that I did with the body image thought. I look so disgusting right now. Name it. That's just Betty talking. Tame it. Betty, your comments are not welcome here anymore. Frame it. My body deserves to be treated with respect. And so I'm going to choose clothes that make me feel comfortable. And that's okay. I don't have to love myself when I look in the mirror today, but I can choose to honor myself anyways. Tomorrow will probably be better. Here is another one. I need to work out extra because I had dinner last night that I normally don't eat. I want you to name it. Whoop, there's controlling Carla again. Tame it. Carla. Exercise isn't punishment for eating. Frame it. I'm choosing to move my body because it feels good, not because I need to burn off food or earn it to begin with. I hope this has been helpful to kind of walk you through this 3-step framework. I remember standing in my own recovery in front of my closet one morning, and Gina started firing off thoughts like, you cannot wear that dress. You look huge. Everyone is going to notice how much weight you've gained. And I'm sharing this with you to not be triggering. Old me would have either believed her completely and changed into baggy clothes, or tried to ignore her and felt super anxious all day long. But instead, applying this triple threat, this is how every single day in my recovery, I could put one foot in front of the other. I would name it, Gina, thank you for trying to point this out in me. Like, thank you for giving me the opportunity to challenge myself today. You might want me to hide my body, or you might want to point out my flaws, but I know Lindsey doesn't want that. I know Lindsey wants freedom. So I'm going to tame it. Gina, you do not get to be my stylist anymore. You don't get to dictate my wardrobe. You don't get to be the one that makes the choices. You're not the boss. And finally, frame it. I'm choosing clothes that make me feel comfortable and that make me feel confident in the direction that I'm heading. And you know what? I wore the dress. I really remember it. I had a great day, and I realized that Gina's opinion had nothing to do with my reality. Nobody was looking at my stomach in the dress, but it was the power of deciding that I'm just going to name it. This is on her. This isn't me. Tame it. I'm going to choose differently. I'm going to think differently so that I can frame it, decide how I want to feel and think. Here's what I want you to do this week. I want you to decide in advance what your comeback is going to be, because that voice is going to be there. I want you to think about your most common thoughts that you have. The ones that show up when you wake up in the morning, the ones that show up at mealtime, when you look in the mirror, when you're getting dressed, when you're around other people. It's important that you get ahead of this. We're not going to deny that those thoughts are there. We're not going to judge ourselves about the thoughts. But I want you to identify them, and I want you to write down your triple threat response for each one. You can practice it. You can memorize it. You can do whatever is going to work for you, because in the moment when that thought shows up, and it will, you need to be ready to battle it, okay? This tool is so powerful, and it's very powerful if you're standing in front of the mirror when you want to attack certain things about your body. It's powerful at meal times when your food anxiety kicks in. And it's literally powerful every single moment of the day when an eating disorder thought enters your mind. You do not want to wait for that thought to create another thought and create another thought. It's that domino effect. When you take this framework, name it, tame it, and frame it, you can truly change the way that your thoughts have impact over your life. And the important part of this is separating your eating disorder voice from your true, authentic voice. That nasty mean girl voice, she is harsh, she is critical, she is demanding, she's using words like should and can't and need to and have to. And she makes you feel awful and anxious and guilty and ashamed. She wants you to be smaller, she wants you to eat less, and she wants you to control your life more. But your true voice, sis, she's kind and she's curious and she's flexible. And she uses words like I choose and I want and I deserve to be my best self. She makes you feel empowered and hopeful and peaceful. She is legit your best friend, and she wants you to be nourished and rested and free from all this. So remember how I said everything spirals from these thoughts, and it is that domino? This is your spiral stopper, Okay, so instead of that eating disorder thought, believing and holding on to that and feeling shame and restricting your food and feeling worse just to turn around tomorrow and have the exact same thoughts, you now get to receive the thought into your brain, you get to name it, you get to tame it, you get to frame it, and then you get to take action against it where you're feeling empowered like you're the boss because you are the boss. The triple threat, it doesn't change one thought. It changes your entire response pattern. So listen up, sis. This tool is just the beginning. If you're tired of being held hostage by your thoughts every single day, and you want to master not just this tool, but every single aspect of your journey forward and away from your eating disorder, then it's time to stop trying to figure this out. I want to personally teach you how to use the name it, tame it, frame it in every single situation at family dinners and dressing rooms, during workouts, in social situations. I want to help you build an entire life toolkit of weapons against those thoughts that try to control your mind and your life. My clients, they don't just learn one tool, even though the triple threat is a game changer. They master their entire mental game. They go from being controlled by their thought to being completely in control of their life. And if you're ready to stop letting that voice run your life and start being the boss of your life, then I invite you to work with me personally. We can work together and help guide you along your path forward. You can go on out to herbestself.co right now. Fill out a client application to work with me. I'm so excited to start getting clients in for the fall because, girl, you don't just have to live at mercy of every single thought that comes into your mind or the bad body image days anymore. You truly can find a life away from this. So I would love to build your toolkit of recovery skills with you. And I want you to walk away from today's episode knowing that you are not your thoughts. You are a thinker of your thoughts, yes, which means that you get to choose which ones you want to believe are true and which ones you allow to boss yourself around. But the reality is that your eating disorder voice is so flipping loud. And here's the game changer. Your voice is actually stronger than that voice. It's just been jaded. Your eating disorder thoughts feel powerful. But once you start to get the tools to overpower them, there's nothing like it. I want you to practice the triple threat this week. Name it, tame it, and frame it. And I want you to refuse to let that voice be the boss of you anymore. You've got this. I'll see you Friday with another episode. Until then, you're stronger than any thought that tries to take you down, sis. I love you. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.